everyone, welcome back my people. This is bombshell. Like Senator Abaribe don scatter everywhere. He couldn't hold it anymore. He really exposed a lot of things that are going on in this Tinubu government, especially what is going on in the Senate. You guys know that most of us call them rubber stamp because anything Tinubu bring in the Senate, they must approve it. But when you listen to Senator Abaribe in this video, you will definitely know what is going on in the Senate, especially in this Tinubu government. According to Senator Abaribe, he said that Tinubu will lose in the 2027 election because he never won in 2023. That they're going to meet him in the field and they're going to see how he is going to couple together the things that will make him to win again. It wouldn't work. That those defecting to APC, that APC promised them automatic tickets. Most of people saying that they are supporting Tinubu, they cannot even proudly say it in their families because they know what their families are going through in this Tinubu government, that they are just deceiving Tinubu. Like come 2027, it is between APC versus Nigerians. My people, this is really interesting. You really need to listen and hear everything that he said in this particular interview. Let me allow you guys to listen. Please do well to subscribe, share the video so that it can get to other people to watch, and also give it a like. Leave your thoughts in the comment section.
Joining me is Senator Abaribe, representing Abia South in the National Assembly, to examine some of these issues for us. Senator Abaribe, it's a pleasure having you on the program tonight.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you.
I was going to ask, are you defecting anytime soon? Because most of your colleagues, half of the Senate, has moved to one side of the divide.
Well, I think the best person you should ask is Senator Fabio, the Senate President, because I think he made a statement on the floor of the Senate. Anytime there's a talk of defection, Senator Abaribe frowns his face. That will tell you. If there's anybody that's going to defect to APC, I think I should be the very last one. By the time I will defect, that means that there will be no parties in Nigeria.
It will be a last option.
It will be that there will be no party at all, including APC. Which means
you will never consider it.
No, never.
Why that? Some of your friends, Ojus or Kalu, your very good brother, they are in the APC. He's one of the champions of the APC in the Southeast.
Well, I guess you have never asked them what their experience in APC is. But, I have a very simple theory about defection. I think it's very good for us in the opposition that the defection is happening. Why? I think it's Sun Tzu that said that if your opponent is making mistakes, you don't correct him, you leave him. All that APC is doing is that it continues to absorb all the problems he's going to face. They are right inside them now. Ask yourself, in all the states where there are defections, what is going on there? So a governor defects, he had opposition, APC members who were there, who fought against him, who worked for President Tinubu, then all of a sudden the same governor defects, you hand over the party to him. What now happens to all those people? So there's a lot of my friends who are out there who fought for Tinubu who don't know where they are today. With the defection of the governors, with the defection of all the people. Of course, all the people who are defecting, they've told us that they were promised automatic tickets. So if I was...
Don't you want an automatic ticket?
Me? I don't want automatic ticket. I've never had automatic ticket. I've always fought for a ticket. In all the parties I have done election in.
You have also defected. You've moved from
PDP. Defection. I never defected. I
exited
once it was impossible to stay within the confines of that party.
Do you regret leaving the PDP?
How? I won election against PDP.
With the circumstances.
I left and won election against PDP. What I regret today is just that PDP used to be a model and has, over the years, I don't know what you will call it today. Do you actually have a PDP today? You have one faction here saying, we are doing, have another faction here. Who is actually? And INEC continue to send mixed signals, let me just say so. So nobody is sure. And of course, I think what we should actually, the lesson that Nigerians are getting today is that those who stood against this type of behavior politically are those who are today enabling that behavior. I mean, President Bola Tinubu was a man alone at a particular time in this country, in the Southwest. And he fought, he stayed, and he reorganized, and eventually got the Southwest, got all the other players, and now today he's president. He never followed orders to go to the other party. So he himself, being the person who stood firm against the rampaging effects of the PDP at that time, that he is the person orchestrating a one-party system today is very troubling.
Are we operating a one-party system, or do we look like a one-party state?
Well, it looks like people want us to move there. But as far as I'm concerned, though, I'm in the opposition, I'm part of the coalition, and there will not be a one-party state so long as we are here. And we're all here. And we are all mobilizing, and we are going to face the APC head on.
Is there really opposition in this country at the moment?
Well, let me just say this. There is opposition, just that it's weak. All that the opposition needs to do today is to do exactly what President Tinubu did. Come together with others, bury your differences, work harmoniously, have a unity of purpose. And what is that unity of purpose? Liberate Nigerians from this constricting APC government. That is what they need to do. It's unfortunate that we got to this point, but it's salvageable.
But you are a minority of the minority in the National Assembly. Unlike before,
no, there is minority.
Even in the minority, on the minority aisle, you are a minority there. Unlike before, that you were the face of minority opposition.
At the time I was minority leader, yes, you could call me the face of the opposition. But today, I am a member of the coalition. I was there when it was formed. It was there when, and I'm part of helping to get everything together.
So you're a member of the ADC?
I'm a member of the coalition, of which we are using the ADC as our...
so you're all working together for Atiku
We
presidency?
will work together. No, we're not working for Atiku. Because the opposition, the ADC, has not brought out their guidelines for elections, their everything. Everybody is going to come out and fight for the ticket.
But you're not a member of ADC in the National Assembly.
No, not yet.
You have a political party.
Not yet. I have a political party.
Different.
From... I'm a member of the coalition. Understand me very well.
I understand, but you know the nomenclature is also very important in parliamentary politics.
Yeah.
Because you need to have a stand. You cannot be an independent candidate or a partyless member in the parliament. You've got to have a and you must represent.
In a very short while, everything, once we have finished all the consultations we're doing now and all that, because you're not doing anything alone. You have followers, you have people, you have those that you have to talk with, you have those that you may have to convince, you have those that want us, let's move today, and all that. So, you're going to move at the appropriate time, and all of us in the National Assembly, we have all resolved what to do.
So there is a consensus amongst the opposition voices.
Yes, there is, that we are going to be in one place, because we know that all that the APC government is doing is to keep everybody in their little silos so that they can go through.
Even in the consensus and in the coming together of the opposition voices, do you still think, with the manner in which APC has profiled and shaped itself and molded itself under the Bola Tinubu government, do you think that the potency of the opposition can really withstand the Tinubu force and the APC strength come 2027? Because it does look like what you're saying is a tsunami in terms of the political heavyweight movement.
It is coming. As an Igbo, there's an Igbo word, it says, Mboru. When the time comes, everybody will see it. When the time comes. Mboru. As of today, well, people can make whatever noise they feel they are making. People can shout that, oh, we are the behemoth. But I tell you, this giant has feet of clay. Yes.
What is
this giant of APC? He has feet of clay.
So at the election,
he has legs. He has.
So at the election, you are going to target the clay feet, even with the bronze and the silver body.
If you get the feet, everything collapses. That's what will happen.
Does it look like because they say Tinubu has never lost an election?
Is that so?
That is what, historically speaking.
I do not think so. Everybody loses election.
Could 2027 be first for Tinubu?
Yes, and you will see.
That Tinubu can lose 2027?
He will lose 2027.
What gives you that confidence?
Because I know what Nigerians are feeling outside. Tinubu never won the election of 2023. And everybody knows it. Those who want to bet, we said, fine. He has been declared winner. No problem. We acknowledge him as president. No problem. But we're going to meet him in the field. And I will see how he's going to cobble together that thing that will make him win again. It won't work. Because this time, everybody will be ready. It will no longer be an announcement at 3 a.m. Before people will wake up in the morning, they will tell you, oh, yeah, that will not work anymore. This time, people are ready, and we are ready. And the masses outside are even more ready. If you do an election today, you know what it's going to cost. How would you deal with this? That is the problem.
APC controls for parties other than the APC is less than a third of the state of the federation. And you know, you are so experienced politically speaking that you know that structure wins election a lot of the times.
I come from Aba. And I was discussing this particular thing of saying, oh, APC had this government, that government. And people were a little worried. And I asked one of them a question. In fact, that question was asked by Governor Peter Obi. He asked someone, so this Abaribe here, will he go to area market and tell them to vote for Tinubu? He can't try it. Most of all these people who are telling you that they are following President Tinubu cannot go to their homes and say it. They can't. Why? Because they're going to be stoned when they go to say such a thing. People are suffering. The suffering is monumental. We've never had this before. And not just the suffering, the whole economy is collapsed. The security is, you have not solved it. And where would you now get that vote from? Where?
Senator.
Yes.
In all of this, there are those who will say the reasons why people are suffering, and in this government they've defended it, and they've said, look, this government is making tough decisions, and they said it, that there will be tough decisions because we've graduated from years of structural decay, and the decadence is what this government under Bola Tinubu wants to correct, and the Nigerians are wiser to see that, yes, the pain is there, but the gains are nearing. and perhaps we are gradually moving to the gain period. Do you think that kind of narrative also, and the realities on the ground, will be a game changer?
So, I ask a very simple question. What is a difficult decision, that hard decision that you're making, that you impose on a citizen who is already on the ground? You don't impose it on yourself. When you're a leader, what you do is that you show by example.
But the president has, in terms of security, for example, he has ordered VIP
please.
withdrawal of VIP protection.
What was removed from who? Professor Wole Soyinka simply made a statement the other day. Have you heard anything about anybody removing anything from the son of the president? Please, we should always be realistic when we're saying things, and also talk about what is real. The head of FIRS, have you seen his convoy? Close to 40 vehicles. Head of an agency of government. Not to talk about, well, we don't talk about the president's zone, we don't talk about the governor's zone, we don't talk about the minister. What exactly are you imposing on people you're not imposing on yourself? I'm only saying, leadership demands that thing that you want people to take, that you have to impose it on yourself. You have to cut the cost of governance. You have the cost of all this flamboyance everywhere. When you do that, then the people will believe in you. When you don't do it, how do you expect the people to believe that you actually mean what you are telling the public? Oh, you must do that. Oh, you must do.
You are inferring
you ask the public to, cut their coat according to their cloth. That's what you tell them. Then you go and sew a very large and big abada.
Is it fair to infer that this president is insincere with his policies, and that he is not showing example, or is not leading by example? Is it fair to infer such?
When you say, is it fair, you're asking me. The evidence is there in the public.
What evidence?
The evidence of, how would you now put it? I'm trying to find a word that this cyberitic living among people in and around the president, around all the people in government, and so forth. You can't tell me to suffer while I see you living in opulence. People will never believe you. So at the moment, it's simply a question of honesty and integrity in government. There is none.
But some of the policy of this government is brought before the National Assembly, which some of you said yay to. Budget-wise, you said yay to some of those financial plans they brought to you. So if you come now and criticize the same government that you have said yay to a lot of the policy that got approval from you, the ambassadorial nomination, yay from you. Budget proposal, yay. 2024, 2025, they said they will roll it over to 2026. Some of you said yay to it. Why do you have the moral ground to now criticize a lot of the policies that were brought to you?
So,
that you said
I'm a senator of the Federal Republic. I represent my constituency. And you bring a document to me. And I say I don't agree with this document. And I have some colleagues who say they agree. What do you want me to do? That is the decision of the National Assembly. It does not necessarily mean that I agree. I stayed here, show in front of you, and I said something, and nobody has controverted me till today. And I said that when the president went to buy another plane, that it was never brought to the National Assembly. Is that not what I said? Was it brought? It wasn't. So there are too many things going on in this government. People. Some lady when they were interrogating the Minister of Works asked a question, said, even this signature project of this thing? Was there competitive bidding? Was there any EOI done? What actually happened? But it's, of course, some people went ahead and they're doing it and all that. The point really is simple. And we have to face that fact. There is state capture. What is state capture? It is when all the different arms of government are now subservient to the executive. That is exactly where we are.
So
it does not mean that
some of you are now.
It does not mean that some of us are not saying no, this is wrong.
But your voices are drowned.
Yeah, of course. If it's drowned, well, that I didn't elect them into the National Assembly. It is their people who elected them, and it is their people who will decide. So my people in Abia South, well, they know my record, they know how I vote, and I talk to them about it.
So there are things that you are unhappy with about the policies.
Obviously, there are so many things that we are unhappy with, which we will say.
But you just have your say, or you couldn't have your way.
I will tell you one of them. On the day that they did the voting for state of emergency, you recall that we walked out, 3 of us, when we insisted that it couldn't be by voice vote, because Section 305 is very specific on what you do. You have to have 2/3 of the membership of the national of the Senate. But voice vote will never tell you whether it's 2/3 or 1/3 or so forth, or 3/4 or whatever. And we said, no, this is wrong. But then majority carried the day.
But the Supreme Court has vindicated the president's decision to say he has the powers under Section 308 of the Constitution, 305 of the Constitution.
I've never blamed the president, never on that matter. I blame the National Assembly. You see, everybody has their role. The role of the National Assembly is after the president has made a decision, it comes to us, who will now examine it and determine how it will be done. That is the point.
But if your words could serve as a word of a prophet tonight, you are saying and you are speaking, because as it is right now, with age and your status in this country, you have become more or less an elder statesman and a wise man. And we should be careful with the things that come out of the mouth of people like you, because you've seen it all. You are so confident that this government is not going to return in 2027.
Very confident. For a very simple reason.
Are you living in a bubble?
I'm not living in a bubble. It is the government that is living in a bubble. The next elections will be APC versus the people of Nigeria. Go to all parts of Nigeria. There is nowhere that people are not hurting.
But why are people defecting? Because your assertion tonight is totally a departure from the realities of the heavyweight and the big wigs. The governor of Taraba only yesterday defected from Delta to Enugu, from Enugu to Bayelsa. People are defecting on the daily, and you saw what happened on the floor. You are left alone. Like it
we're not alone. You see, half of those people you see in the majority party are hurting inside, and they are asking us, do quick and give us the leeway where we will move. I'm telling you that this collection of all manners of people into the APC is what will lead to its downfall, and it will. Listen, at a particular point, I think PDP was how many states? 28 states out of 36. And everybody said, oh, it was all over. And even the PDP secretary, chairman at that time said, we're going to rule forever. Where are they today? It will happen.
But let's assume that President Bola Tinubu calls you today.
Yes.
To welcome you and to invite you. You know, that man has some very strong powers, persuasive power. He's one of the brightest politicians in our country today. If he calls you today and welcomes and asks you to come to APC, what would you say to him?
I will give him all the conditions and he can fulfill it. First of all, you must see all your policies, all the policies that punish Nigerians, you reverse them. That is number one. Number two, you cut down your government. Number three, you rein in all the people around you. Number four, look, there are so many things we will tell him. It's up to him what he's going to do.
Well,
you don't run a government the way it is run. This is not a monarchy. This is a democracy.
If it is not Bola Tinubu, who could it be? Is there a savior that we could look up to in 2020?
There are too many Nigerians who are democratic, who can run this country, who can do the best for this
Like
country.
Peter Obi?
Like Peter Obi. He
What about
just
him?
took it out of my mouth. Yes.
Is he going to be is he your candidate?
He will be my candidate. All of us are going to somewhere, and it is when we get there, then we cross that hurdle. But the point is, when you look at somebody's antecedents, you look at how the person carries himself. Throughout, Peter Obi was governor. Did you ever hear about his children? Did you ever hear about his wife?
Is he a country hear about president's children?
No, this is a country. This is not a monarchy. And I continue to say this. This is a democracy.
What do you want the president to do to his children? To send them away on exile?
No.
Or to do what?
No. You don't put them in the public. You don't let them continue to use state resources. Never done. You don't, look, let's just not,
you don't like the manner in which he controls his home. You don't like the manner
the point is not him.
Okay.
It is the way the whole government has turned into a KBC government. So the president can do no wrong. Anything that he says, oh, we agree, anything. No, that's not how you run a government. You run a government by people challenging your views. Right now, any view challenging the view of government is seen as treason. And
those of you who are not standing on the mandate, you are standing on nothing.
I don't think the people who are standing on the mandate really enjoy standing.
But you
there.
like that song on your mandate. You
like that song. I've never sung it and I will never sing it.
But you stand up when they sing it. When they bring the budget to the National Assembly.
When
it's
they bring the budget,
a second national
just
anthem.
A moment. When they bring the budget to the National Assembly, we stand up for the Nigerian national anthem.
And then the mandate song.
If people decide to play the mandate song, check where I go. I sit down. I don't follow them.
Yes. Well, Senator, let me ask you. The budget, I've certainly become a budget illiterate, an economic illiterate in the face of what we're seeing today in the country. And they present these things to you, and you're
not
right
an
there.
economic illiterate. What you're seeing is that the figures that are presented are different from the realities. Okay, so somebody, the same government, told us, I think sometime by either June or July, we have already surpassed our projections for the year. By the end of the year, we'll be in a surplus. Yet, 2024 budget estimates have not been completed by December of 2025. 2025 has not even come. Now we're being told that the budget that will come to us, it will be slashed by 70% is going to go to 2026, and only 30% will be left. That will be implemented when? To be implemented in 2026.
Today is December 15.
That's what I'm saying. So it will never be implemented this year. So that means the whole of 2025 will not be implemented in 2025. And somebody now gets up and tells you, the government, their economic managers, they're doing so well. I mean, the evidence is clear in front of every Nigerian that they are not economic, but they are economic illiterates. Only manufacturing figures to use to confuse the public.
How do you describe the Tinubu economic approach? How would you describe it?
What do you mean is economic? Because I don't know what the economic approach is.
Are you also confused?
I'm as confused as you, because we sit down, we get a budget, and then we are all running around, and everybody's moving around like a headless chicken. You don't know exactly what is going on.
The major problem here is capital releases, and I don't know why that.
So the point really is very simple. Why would releasing of capital be an issue? Right. You've made a budget. If you have the revenue for that budget, then you release according to, the timelines and the procedures that you have brought out. But it now is, how do you put it now, waiting for Godot. Everybody waiting. You're not sure. It will be today. Local contractors had to go to protest and all that. So you tell me, how would these wonderful economic managers get to the point where a whole year's budget could not be implemented that year? And people tell me that they know what they're doing. They actually don't know what they're doing. All they're doing now, I think, is that they're just going along. It comes today, find somebody to explain this, find somebody to explain that.
Senator.
Meanwhile, check the spendings they're doing in their personal lives.
Senator, give me a moment. We'll take another break and we'll close after we return. Our closing moment now with Senator Abaribe. We literally have 60 seconds or less to close the program. But I'm going to ask you about Nnamdi Kanu. And I know that you have a very strong position about the situation. And he's been sentenced. He's in jail behind bars right now. Do you see any any saving or any way out from where he is right now?
Well, there are two things that are happening at the same time. I think there's a legal one, which we're not going to talk about, and there's a political one. Even the governor of my state, who is also his governor, has said that he has also initiated. And those of us, too, who are in the political scene, we're also doing our best politically to see that we can get in. But there's something we must always state about Nnamdi Kanu's case. Granted, they found him guilty in a court, competent jurisdiction. But the question is, why in Nigeria do we have two separate ways of dealing with people accused of the same thing? You see, part of this agitation, every time they say, Igbos, they're always complaining, people in Nigeria. No, it is because they see unequal treatment.
Well, Senator.
You see government people talking with the real terrorists who are killing people. But then, it's Nnamdi Kanu, throw him in jail, let him not. It is this unequal treatment that we are telling the government. You swore an oath to treat every citizen equally.
All right, Senator, we're totally out of time. Well, thank you so much. Senator.
Welcome to Shamrock News TV.
Dr. Mo is the leader.
Come on, let us
Now who they feel the street? Now who they love about the father? Now who gets prep for tomorrow? Now youth come and listen to the world. Dr. Mo in this one as the cherry man.